Aloha and welcome to our Thursday night class at Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Healing Center here on the island of Kauai, which we present every Thursday night, 6 to 8 o'clock, and stream it through Zoom worldwide. I'm Lama Tashi. Tonight we're going to perform an empowerment that I received from my root Lama in Honolulu this past weekend of the 21 Taras, which is a very special empowerment and has never been given using the 21 Taras. It is the Tara empowerment for practice and meditation and progress towards realization of your own true nature. Also, we're going to do the 5 elements practice and using the 3 lights meditation. Now, the 3 lights meditation is how all of the methods of Tibetan Buddhism are presented. So we have this oral transmission for the 3 lights of our body, speech, and mind. This is how it works. And all of the Tibetan Buddhist shamanistic methods are given through these empowering of your body, speech, and mind, transforming them into compassion, power, and insight, wisdom. Now, before we start with the refuge, I want to read from Lama Rinpoche's book, The Story of All of Us, which is now available on Amazon, and I recommend that every Dharma student have this book for guidance and for understanding of who and what we are in this world today. It's the story of all of us, simply said, transmitted through my teacher, Lama Rinpoche, who lives in Honolulu. And the part that I'm going to read is called Loving Kindness and Compassion, which is the theme of all the shamanistic Lama methods of the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. It is difficult to say in words how important loving kindness and compassion are to the accomplishment of spiritual development. Loving kindness is needed if we expect the compassionate mind to arise and develop true compassion. This is a profound development, and it arises out of a sincere attitude of loving kindness and concern for the well-being of oneself, others, and our environment. When we begin to think of moving our thoughts away from ordinary thinking and this drama that results, we should first develop loving kindness towards ourselves and others. If we do this, compassion on the altruistic level, which means for all sentient beings, will follow. When we're actually truly practicing Dharma, rather than trying to impress others with how much we know and what we can do, we will develop insight into our true nature of our mind, and we will express ourselves with the result of loving kindness and compassion. All beings are working very hard for what is really a short-term happiness result. If we are moved to help others find lasting happiness, the question is, how can we truly give true help to others? When we can develop a means to help others by developing the spiritual nature that resides in all of it, then we will have that within ourselves. And if we keep our thoughts and actions in ordinary worldly activity in a compassionate form, the thing that really helps will develop. If we don't do that, it will never develop. True compassion is simply an uncontrived desire, unconditional, to help all sentient beings move towards realizing their own true nature. which is an innate nature, or we say the natural mind. So this is just one part of this small book, The Story of All of Us Simply Said. So if you can't get it through Amazon, please connect to us through Abby's email, abi@aloha.net. Now for the practice of sustaining these methods, it is necessary to generate this altruistic motivation in prayer at the start of a session. And then follow that with the refuge. The refuge of the three jewels, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and the refuge of the three, we say, tantric assists, which is the Lama, the deity, and the protector. And these are called the three roots. The three roots of Dharma practice. Then you follow that prayer with the Bodhisattva prayer to practice the 6 disciplines or 6 perfections, which speed you quickly to gain insight into your nature and give you the power to benefit in a very, very powerful way others. So we'll start with the chant for the altruistic motivation, and then we'll say that in English. Tadang Jowanam Ge Tadang Yam Pe Sem Chen Tam Che Dudi De Chum Te Ji Si Chen Chu Ning Po La Chi Ki Barnu. And that in American is, in order to attain enlightenment for ourselves and limitless sentient beings, our mother, we now all together take refuge and offer prostration. Then we say the refuge prayer in Tibetan. Alden Lama Dampa Nam La Chap Su Chio Yedam Chokor Gi Latso Nam La Chap Su Chio Sanjay Chom Dende Nam La Chap Su Chio Dampe Chur Nam La Chap Su Chio Palpe Gandum Nam La Chap Su Chio Pavo Kandro Jokyum Sume Sho Yeshe Ki Shendam Dempa Nam La Chap Su Chio. Then in Canadian, we go for refuge to all the glorious holy Lama. We go for refuge to all the idams who are the deities gathered in our mandala. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those who have conquered their mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. And we go for refuge to all the noble tantric Sangha. We go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis who are the protectors and defenders of the Dharma. All of these possessing the eye of transcending awareness. Then we chant the Bodhisattva, Bodhicitta prayer in Sanskrit. Sanjay Chodam Choki Chodam Wajan Shu Bardu Dadi Japsu Shi Dagi Shinso Chipe Sonam Ki Chola Benjur Sanjay Yukar Sho. And in English, to the Buddha, the Dharma, and this supreme assembly, we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gained from practicing the 6 perfections, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. That said, we start our practice with the three lights meditation. And the three lights are presented in what we call the relative level, so that anybody can use this meditation practice to develop awareness on both the nature of the relative drama world and the nature of your, we call, natural, clear state of awareness or mind. When we do that, it's good to sit with your back straight. Or if you're standing or laying down, that's okay. But you want your back straight and head slightly tilted forward. Then your hands in a comfortable position, on the knees or in the lap. Mouth closed, eyes softly gazing to the space and light energy program directly in front of your eyes, arm's length in front. And this becomes a metaphor for the energy of the developing mind, or we say heart mind. Once you've assumed these five positions or mudras, then you simply bring your awareness, your focus, to your breath. And for a few breaths, just follow the inhale and the exhale. Ordinary breathing. Down into your lungs, diaphragm expanding, diaphragm contracted. Then you start the three lights meditation practice using the breath. Inhaling the air, which is all the element, you visualize it as white light filling your lung. The second breath is called the absorption breath, that spreads the energy of these elements, or the air, through your body to every cell. And you visualize red light flashing through your body. If you can, even through your hair. The third breath is a combination of these two coming together. As the exhale out your nose, visualized as blue light to space, available to all beings which inhabit space. Inhale white light through your lungs. Energy breath, red light through your body. Exhale blue light to space. This prana breathing technique is designed to bring your body, speech, and mind into one position or place, and causes you to settle into a state of peace and tranquility. It's called calm abiding. Once you've started to settle, or actually settled into this state, then you take your focus off the breath and combine the three lights into one energy method by visualizing them to become a tiny particle of light similar to an atom right in the center of your chest, creating a chakra. In Tibetan they call it bindu or tigli. Once your heart chakra is centered in this way, you relax for a few moments as that particle connects to the infinite light that is everywhere throughout the fabric of space. And this becomes the seat or foot of your meditation practice. It is called sunyata or voidness. Then you move from that position with your focus and your imagination together by visualizing that particle to expand to a small, clear light sphere of energy. Moving into this third dimensional world situation, you visualize that sphere to expand into one of the symbols of the five elements. Tonight we are going to use the white sphere of the space element. And you visualize that sphere of white light in the center of your heart about the size of a small marble or grape. And you label it space. Then you visualize that element to move out in front of your body as this white sphere, then up before your eyes, arm's length for about 2 feet in front. Keeping your focus and your imagination together, visualize it to expand to a much larger size so that you can visualize or see your form body just as it is, sitting inside this white sphere of light, space. In this way, you receive the elemental nature healing of all five elements, with the space the predominant theme for healing. Then you expand it in size and share it to the neighborhood, which is, in this case, our island of Kauai visualized inside, or if you're somewhere else, your town or city inside. And you think that all the beings within that geographical area are receiving this psychic energy healing holistically. Then you expanded in size to completely enclose Mother Earth, including her atmosphere. In this way, the actual and the imagined are working together. And you continue that by visualizing it to completely enclose our solar system. Billions of miles in diameter. Then expanded in size to completely enclose our spiral disc-shaped galaxy. And all the sentient beings within that dimension receiving this healing energy. Then go beyond your boundaries of your conceptual mind and visualize it to merge with boundless space. And relax and absorb the healing energy of that infinite dimension of your mind. No meditation, just be present. Contemplate the infinite light of boundless space. Then return from that dimension again by visualizing, conceptualizing this white sphere enclosing the galaxy. Contract it in your mind so it just encloses our solar system. Visualize it much smaller to just enclose Mother Earth. And very much smaller to just enclose this island or your area where you live, your neighborhood. Then all of that energy program contracted to a small sphere, visualizing your form sitting inside. Then return the sphere to its original small size, 2 feet in front of your eye. See it there. Visualize it there. Then to finish, bring it to chest level and into your heart center. Then start to contract it till it becomes a very small, tiny sphere of clear light. And smaller till it returns to the particle energy, similar to an atom. Relax in this state with no meditation, simply being present and absorbing that healing quality. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Just be relaxed. No boundary, no center. Then end by bringing your awareness to in front of your eyes and spread it into your area of or place of practice. Now, this healing meditation is not just an ordinary relative practice, which is usually called yoga. This meditation practice is designed with the three lights to bring your body, speech, and mind into a center point or one place. So they're not doing three separate things. This creates immense power. Then because you use these elemental symbols, for instance, the white space, or the red pyramid for fire, or the yellow cube for earth, or the blue sphere for water, or the half green sphere for air, whatever one of these you use, this meditation practice is done exactly the same way we just did it. But it doesn't stop there. Everything that you're visualizing through this meditation seems to be the natural world around us, relative. Relative to what? Our sensual perceptions and our thoughts. But by bringing the focus and the imagination working together, you have moved your mind to an inner dimension of being, which is called ultimate awareness. And in Tibetan Buddhist, that's the theme of all of the practices of what we call the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines, together with the path of skillful means, which is the tantric deity, peaceful and protector, or what we call wrathful deity. And that dimension is not separate from the 5 elements. There is no such thing as separation between the physical and the mental. They do exist together. So keeping that theme of non-separation, you enter spontaneously into that energy field. It's called the Buddha field. But what it simply means is a state of maturity within your own body-mind complex situation. And it has 5 apps. The 5 apps are like the 5 applications that you use to program a computer or like we have for cell phones. But these apps are all one app, but they're practically applied so that you can move yourself in a human body through experiences, through relationship, through being in a body and leaving a body, and so forth. So quickly, the 5 apps are the mirror-like wisdom of your mind. That's the state of unity. That application for practice of using the body, speech, and mind skillfully with the support of the Lama. Then entering into states through meditation of clarity and knowingness. This is our intelligence factor. Doesn't mean necessarily smart, it just means ultimately aware of everything and how it's useful and how to apply it, that app. The 4th app is called equality. But it's more than equality because by having everything equal with no divine supernatural and no lesser type of beings, you have leveled the playing field, and this emotionally causes you to enter into equanimity. They say one taste, everything the same, even though it isn't. So you start to develop this it is and it is not kind of view. That's the app. And then what is your consciousness doing is discerning that these apps, these 5, are way more practical than the relative of how you sense and think things now. And so you gradually, with these practices, transition from the relative mind to the ultimate nature of your mind. And everybody has this, but only humans can do this. And actually, in this day and age, only a very few humans can do this. Because there's so many humans and so many distractions. So I'm explaining it. Now, for the empowerment, which is called the path of skillful means, we're going to use the same 3 lights meditation, but we're going to add 3 sounds. The first sound is for the body. This will be the first empowerment also. It's transmitted orally, but on the mental level, physical level, for your physical situation as a human being. Then that patterning, energy entering into your body, causes a shift in how you speak. But more importantly, it's the empowerment for the mantra of this particular empowerment deity. It's called the wisdom deity, Yeshe Ma. Yeshe means wisdom, Ma means mother. Then that's a red light, and that's the sound Ah. This first sound is Om for the body. Then the third sound is to bring these 2 together as a wisdom empowerment so that you start to understand your own thought process and how it's either detrimental or appropriate. 2 words. Because the way we're doing things on this planet today, it's detrimental. And it's detrimental to everybody and the environment. And that's not a workable situation. That's counterproductive. So what we want to do is set up the appropriate, using these two, the physical, the form, the mental, the projection of the form in the sound of how you speak, and those two together in a clear energy program of your own mind, which already exists. With the Lama as the, not just the sword, but the support. We're going to do that. Now this transmission is called the transmission of the Tara, which sits over my left shoulder on the shrine, is this symbol. And the Tara is the powerful wisdom mother support of our own mind in the same way that our earthly mothers were the support to form our body and bring us into this world. So just like that. And this transmission comes down from the Buddha Shakyamuni, from teacher to disciple, through many lineages in India, and many lineages in Tibet, which are still alive on the planet today. And the particular lineage that I'm representing with this particular empowerment of the Tara is 21 ornaments, or 21 qualities innate in all of it. But so that we can develop very fast these qualities relatively, usefully for our relationships, lifestyle, everything. And I'm going to show you a picture of my root Lama of 1977, who gave this empowerment of the Tara to me. And then he left his body, 1989, and his successor is now this 31-year-old KALU Rinpoche, who I received the transmission from in Honolulu Sunday morning. And what is the difference? On the spiritual level, none. They're both the ultimate wisdom nature of awareness itself. But on the physical level, this 31-year-old Rinpoche means precious one, Lama KALU Rinpoche, is giving the transmission of the tendencies of what he was before, but in a new situation. And in a world that didn't exist the way it was 40, 50 years ago. It's completely changed. I'm 80 years old, so I can notice the change. But most of us think, oh, it's pretty much the same way, you know, we still have all these calamities and we all, but it's drastically changed. And on the physical level, we have a problem with the number of human beings on the planet today, but we also have a problem with the spirit world, which has become enraged at how the humans on the planet are dealing with the environment, of which these spirits are part of, but more than that, they're in charge of it. For instance, there's one class of spirits that Tibetans really deal with called Naga. And what these are is a demigod type of spirit that lives in the earth. And it has a very nice setup. You know, think of our 1%ers, our wealthy human beings. But more than that, they take care of the earth water modalities. And those are being greatly disturbed. Here in Hawaii, we can see the effect. For instance, one of these blasted a hole in the community on the Big Island for 3 months. And the results were horrifying, to say the least. And then another one drowned our North Shore. So that it's unavailable for all practical purposes to the way we were living and using that part of our island. I'm just saying this because this is not just two situations here in Hawaii. This is going on worldwide. So this Rinpoche, the new Rinpoche, gave the empowerment with 21 Tara. This had never been given before. Usually only 1 Tara with 21 qualities. So they give the 1 Tara empowerment, and in our lineage that was the green Tara. In other lineages it could be a red, gold, green, blue, whatever. But I'm just explaining this, that this is very, very extraordinary. With that said, we're going to start the empowerment. So sit with your back straight. And understand that this empowerment is for, first of all, your form body to transition into its true state of clear light, called the illusory body of the deity. And the second 21 empowerment is for your speech, so that you understand that these are innate qualities already intrinsic in your mind, in your being. The third empowerment is the combination of these two. It's called the wisdom empowerment, so that the lineage transmission of insight, wisdom itself, awareness, ultimate awareness, is located in you as your heart mind. And then there's a fourth empowerment where all of these three together cause you to be like a mother for her only child. With loving kindness and compassion, as I explained in Lama Rinpoche's book, the theme, the basis, the essence of all of this. Back straight, eyes in front, mouth closed, hands comfortable, head tilted forward. Bring your awareness to your breath. Then the method of the 3 lights breathing technique, adding the 3 tantric sounds. Inhale white light, hear the sound Om. The white light filling your lungs spreads through your body as the absorption breath. Red light visualized throughout. Hear the sound Ah. Combining these 2 breaths into the exhale, out your nose to space, healing energy to all sentient beings. Hear the sound Om. Breathe the 3 lights. Inhale white light, fill the lungs. Om. Allows your breath energy through the body. Hear the sound Ah. That's the red light flashing. These 2 together as blue light out the nose for everyone. Om. Breathe deep into your abdomen. Feel your diaphragm expanding and contracting with this 3 lights breathing method. Like before, take your focus off your breath, bring the 3 sounds and the 3 codes, 3 colors, all of this into your heart center, creating the heart chakra bindu with a tiny particle of light, expressed as a center of the boundless energy of light throughout the fabric of space. And this space-like awareness is connecting to the ultimate awareness, which is completely drama-free. No emotional preoccupation with sensual perceptions or thought. Ultimate awareness as your natural mind, your intrinsic nature. Then bring your focus to the particle and expand it with your imagination to create the small sphere of clear light entering into this third world, 3-dimensional world, our universe. In your heart center, expand that tiny sphere until it creates a 5-colored sphere. In the center will be the vibratory sound of the 3 lights, Om, Ah, and Hum. Then you visualize your root lama in front as Vajradhara, the ultimate energy of awareness and knowingness together. Then, from Vajradhara, your root lama, representing all the lamas, all the teachers of this wisdom bodhisattva path, you visualize white light comes into your head from his head. Then red light from his throat into your throat. And then blue light from his heart center into your heart center. Then Vajradhara changes into the 21 taras, and they all disappear into you. At this point, the white light is in your head for your form, the red light in your throat for your speech, and the blue light in your heart center of ultimate and relative healing for your mind. Then all 3 come together. The white light moves down into the red light in your throat, It moves into your heart center. All three lights together become the sound TAM, T-A-M. And you become green Tara, the Prana Air Wisdom Tara. And you are visualizing your form body as this deity, representing all the 21 qualities of the 21 Tara in your body. As you receive this empowerment, chant Om. Inhale. And this is the guidance or permission to be green Tara or a symbol of any of her 21 qualities. They all represent compassion, power, and insight, but each one has a special significance. In physical form, as illusory bodies or symbols. And as you receive this empowerment, think that your self-radiance is blazing like the sun. The energy you possess is your own radiance. It's the warmth, physical and mental warmth of loving kindness and compassion. The second empowerment is presented by the 21 Taras themselves, visualized in front. And as you chant the sound Ah, they enter into your patterning throughout your body. And this patterning, lessening the dense patterning you place there with your drama mind, your emotions, so that your speech is empowered. The exhale of the air energy is your speech, coming out your mouth as sound. So this empowerment is for the mantra of all Tara and all 21 Tara symbols. As you receive this empowerment, chant Ah. Inhale. Then these 21 towers with the mantras, Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu Re Soha, and each one with their own mantra, inflaming your speech with loving kindness and compassion. Either using mantra or guidance advice with your voice. Then the third empowerment is for your mind. And you visualize the 21 taras now above your head. And as you receive this empowerment, they stream through the Uma channel at the opening towards the back of your head, near the soft spot. They stream down in to your head, then your throat, then your heart, then your navel, and then your sex, creating powerful patterning of chakra energy centers within your Tara body. And as you receive the 21 Tara empowerment, wisdom empowerment in this way, you sound home. Inhale. Then you are very sure, you have conviction that these three mind, body, speech transmission are in effect in you. With that, the fourth empowerment is all three of these, the in front and above the head, and then the patterning of these as symbols or ornaments of qualities already originating in your mind-body situation. And when you receive this empowerment, you are the 21 Tara quality, as a perfect mother would be for her only child. Think that way, feel that. And sound, visualize the tongue. This seed syllable looks like a 5 with a dot above it. In your heart center, surrounded by 5 colors of light, which include the 5 elements healing and the 5 Dhyana Buddhas mental development healing. All the same, all together. Inhale, chant Tom. Tom. There is a 5th level to this, but it's simply the first 4, body, speech, and mind, all now together as the 21 Taras, expression of motherly ornaments, qualities, as activity. And when you visualize that activity, that's what you develop in your worldly situation. As long as you're in a human body, And in your next life, when you move into the bardo of becoming, the Sipai bardo, which is simply less substantial than the way you're experiencing things now. Now, this fifth empowerment requires me to show you the Tara, the seeds oval, and give you the loom of the quality, what they are. So the seeds oval looks like this in Sanskrit. The 5 with a blazing dot, they put a sun and moon energy, and a little ah attached to the bottom in green, with the mantra Om Tara Tu Tare Tu E Soha circling it clockwise in your heart center. And then this energy spreads through your body and out in every direction as the transformation of how you think of your body as solid, fixed, and permanent, which it is not, in its illusory nature of this Bodhisattva Tara, which looks like this, or the one on the shrine, or this one surrounded by Buddhas. Now, when you receive this transmission, it is the 21 Taras, so that you understand their quality. And this is called the loom, the transmission of the Lama's speech to your speech. So you receive now, you have received the Wong, the full empowerment to do the Tara practice, recite the mantra, and accomplish the mind-to-mind transition into wisdom. I'm going to read you what the 21 Taras are as the green Tara of wisdom, compassion, and power, which we say is voidness, clarity, and bliss. So the first Tara is called, that possesses these three, develops the quality of swift protection. And this protection is against your drama monkey mind, which is causing you pain and suffering, and damaging the environment and so forth. And that is, this swift protection is extended to all others as you change in your mind, seeing all the gods, goddesses, demigods, deprived spirits, hell realm spirits, we call psychotic spirits, all the animals and humans as Tara. The second Tara is called the creative wisdom of using your own state of clarity in whatever you do, whatever you say, and whatever you think, to eliminate this emotional preoccupation with those, which causes so much pain and suffering. The third Tara quality is impeccable virtue. This simply means no harm to self, others, or the environment, and no negative, no counterproductive sabotaging your own situation or others around you or the environment. The fourth Tara, based on the wisdom, compassion, and power, is called the all victorious. So that means whatever you say, think, and do has an effect around you for yourself, others, and the environment. that's appropriate. Keep that word in mind. Beneficial is another way of saying it. Tara is sublime intelligence. This means using your own voidness of your natural mind, clear of any drama or attachment, emotional involvement, to anything, to everything. Tara is worthy of honor, simply means there's nothing beyond this that is more honorable, in the same way that the mother is for her only child. Unconditional, loving kindness. Tara is invincible courage, simply means you're fearless in whatever you say, think, or do. The eighth Tara is the quality of destroying all negativity, which, as I said before, is whatever causes harm to you, others, or the environment. Tara is true refuge. Refuge means protection. It also means support. And in this way, you move very fast to becoming a mature human being. Tara is joy and laughter, so a sense of humor is absolutely necessary, and laughter is healing energy. Ha, ha, ha. Tara is a distributor of wealth, because without it, how can you be a benefit to yourself, your family, your friends, your teachers, your children, your pets, and everything that you have responsibility for in this life? And also lessening poverty and other very serious calamities that pervade our social structure. Tara is auspicious beauty because you visualize yourself as young, beautiful, healthy, kind, and considerate. And that beauty, everybody can see, no matter what age or condition you are in. Tara is irresistible truth because that's the ultimate nature of truth itself. Tara is ferocious compassion. Nobody left out. Not your worst enemy, not the worst critter, animal, not the worst spirit. All unconditionally in your mandala as the Tara. Tara is serene peace, the basis of all accomplishment for yoga, meditation, and other healing modalities. Tara destroys attachment, which is the cause of aversion, pride, jealousy, ignorance, stupidity, fear, anxiety, depression, and 84,000 other conflicting tendencies in our human condition. Tara is triumphant joy. This means bliss, beyond attachment to pleasure, beyond attachment to wealth, beyond attachment to knowledge. Bliss. You can relax. That's the true nature of your mind. Tara is the transformer of all poison, physical, mental, emotional, into healing energy. Tara is the removal of sadness and sorrow, which are counterproductive. Unnecessary. But because of our tendencies, we enjoy these. And they're painful. Tara is radiant good health. physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. That's how you visualize yourself as the deity. Tara is complete enlightenment. There is nothing beyond maturity in the human condition. And it doesn't go away whether you're in a human body or not. It's called lasting happiness. So you have these 21 qualities in this stage of the empowerment. And it is your activity. And they represent themselves in both peaceful and wrathful symbols. So we have 12 taras peaceful and 9 taras wrathful. And they all together produce the most wonderful circumstances. And we're going to use the word imagine. So we're developing imagination and focus. And once these are all in place, we simply sit as Tara. See our mother in front who created this human form we're in as Tara, mirror facing you. And then you project this, is what we do with the mind anyway, to all the humans you have karma with this life. And all the humans on this planet, almost 8 billion. And all the animals in the ocean, on the land. Uncountable. And you make creating this mandala of these sentient beings, of this symbol of compassion, power, and insight, with these 21 qualities. And then you extend it to all the spirit worlds which pervade space, our universe. There isn't anywhere in this universe where consciousness in some form or manner exists. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So Ha 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 Ha. Oh, you got it. That's it. That completes the empowerment in the womb. Now we do what is called the practice. So that you have received the wong as the empowerment, the womb, the transmission of the speech, Rama's speech, your speech, as the 21 taras, and the mantra. And the practice is to sit with your back straight. Eyes softly gazing in front, mouth closed, hands on your lap, head a little tilted forward. Visualize the Tom in your heart center, circled with 5-colored light of all the elemental healing practices. And all of the healing practices of the ultimate nature of your mind, which treats the cause of disease, disease. Then with your projection of your mother and all mother beings filling your mind is Tara, causes the heart mantra to sound, starting with the Om in front of the tongue and clockwise. Om, Tar, Re, Tu, Tar, Re, Tu, Re, So, Ha. 10 syllables. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So Ha. We're going to do 100, one round on the mala, 108 times. Each and every mantra is the 21 taras. Every sentient being in your mind has these 21 qualities. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So Ha. 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 Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. 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 Without your voice, the mantra is still turning in your heart center. And as you see this mantra turning, whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise, all of the healing energy comes off the mantra through your body and out like the radiation of the sun is healing energy out every pore in every direction to others. And every Tara, infinite in number, in your mandala, in your mind, filling your mind. Same, all doing the same as you. All with the 21 quality, same as you. Then as you start to sound the mantra again, see it turning counterclockwise, letters facing inward to the tongue, and the energy pulling all negativity out of the elements of your body and the environment around you into voidness in your heart center. Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. 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 And all that negative disappeared now from your heart center, from the tongue. The 21 qualities emanate as ornaments of light, blazing like 4th of July fireworks, if you like, everywhere in your mandala. Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. 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 Om Tara Tutare Ture. Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. 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 So you as the illusory body of Tara, young, beautiful, happy, 5-jewel crown, dressed in jewels as the ornaments of the Bodhisattva, 6 disciplines, 5 colors of silk as the 5 elements, left leg drawn in, right leg extended, ready to go into action. the Bodhisattva Mudra, sitting on what lights up darkness, the sun and moon disk, on a beautiful 32-petal lotus flower of all of the healing qualities of the Tara in space. Then you imagine all sentient beings saying, filling your mind, infinite in number, all the heavenly realms, Tara, all of the demigod, war god, and goddess realms, Tara, all of the deprived spirit world, Tara, all of the psychotic hell realms, Tara, all of the human and animal worlds on any planet where they live throughout the universe, Tara. All of these infinite sentient beings, your family, your mothers, dissolve into you as the central Tara, like rain into a lake from every direction. And as you as the central mother Tara symbol disappear into the heart mantra. Then the heart mantra, starting with the Om in front, syllable by syllable, disappears into the Tom in your heart center. This green blazing sound of the 21 Tara qualities is the perfect mother. Voidness itself. That and the clear light, 5-colored sphere around it. All of that shrinks, either in stages or all at once, to the particle in your heart center. And this connects with the boundless light, radiance of the infinite fabric of space as your mind. Contemplate the nature of loving kindness, unconditionally applied as compassion, is your heart mind. Relax in space. The instant present is timeless. Awareness. In this fulfillment stage of practice, what arises from your contemplation is understanding the usefulness of voidness, the usefulness of the clarity of your own mind without any fixation, without any attachment to it. And understanding that beyond conceptual mind without drama, emotionality is split, full. Relax, enjoy. Lasting happiness. And this concludes the Shankpa Kagyu transmission from Vajradhara, my good Lama, KALU Yansi Rinpoche, to all of you. And I thank you very much for this opportunity. And may all beings be happy, free of pain and suffering, established in bliss through our practice, and reach the ultimate stage of equanimity beyond attachment, aversion, pride, jealousy, and ignorance. I'm going to read from the Tara text that we designed for the 21 Taras dance, which has been formed on every year in the islands on Kauai since 1988. So this year, till 50 inches of rain took out our North Shore, which is where the Tara dance was performed at the YMCA. So that will not be the case this year, but they will perform it on Maui and I think on the Big Island and other places around the planet. But in the practice of the Tara, in the original text, they had the 21 Tara chants. When I was at the Dharma Center on Maui, Lama Tempa got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, every morning, and they, in a group in their big new shrine room, performed this Tara practice in Tibetan. And they chant the 21 Tara phrases in Sanskrit 7 times. And when they do that all together in one voice, the energy of the shrine room just, it's like a rock concert. It's powerful. And it works. And that's the power of the Sanskrit language. And I was thinking maybe I could find the 21 Taras and share them to you. Give me a moment. I have the Tara text here. This is from Prema's text where she teaches in a 10-day retreat the 21 Taras. And this is the part of the dedication of that. For as long as sentient beings exist, and as long as pain and suffering arises, may this practice of the Tara, 21 Tara, and the Tara mantra be of benefit. This inconceivable collection is for all the gods and goddesses and men and women and all beings of the realms of existence as a cloud of Samantrabhaga's offerings for their benefit and happiness. And all these great offerings, both actual and imagined, we offer with respect to the three precious jewels and the three roots, so that all the Dharma protectors, gods and goddesses, and all the gods and goddesses of wealth and good health, all of these, may the collections of merit be for the minds and bodies of all sentient beings. Homage to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama deities and protectors, and all the Lama gurus, yidams, and dakinis, and all the Dharma protectors, and all the gods and goddesses of wealth, all of these together, we make this offering of the altruistic motivation that all beings come to realize their true nature and acquire lasting happiness, both in the form and formless state. So that's one of the prayers at the end of the Tara practice. Then, with folded hands, I salute the Supreme and Noble Bodhisattva, the exalted Tara. This salute is beyond words and expressions of mine, but requesting the swift healing energy unconditionally applied to all worldly situations, so that all of this causes favorable rebirth in whatever situation one might find themselves, and to the benefit of all beings, that lasting happiness be their true accomplishment. Then at the end of the Tara practice, it says, with the sound of home, we salute this state of peace and tranquility that is full of bliss without any anxiety or depression. And with this, all worldly sorrow are transformed into states of nirvanic bliss. and all obstacles overcome and transformed into states of accomplishment. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free of suffering and the cause of suffering. And may always experience the true bliss nature of the Mother of Tara. And then we add our refuge prayer. Kewadi Nerdu Da Chagya Champo Jujirni Jawani Manuka Dehi Stala Koparsha Sanjay Kusa Nempai Jemnana Shoni Mabri Tempai Jemnana Kendu Niche Dumpai Jemnaki Chita Brahma Momam Ju Parsha. Our dedication prayer goes like this.
By this virtue, after having realized Mahamudra, may I quickly establish all beings without a single exception in this state. With the blessing of the Buddhas who attained the three bodies, with the blessing of the unchanging truth of the Dharma, with the blessing of the unwavering aspiration of us, the Sangha, may this dedication prayer be fulfilled.
And then I add the Tashi prayer. May all the lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity. And may all their wishes be fulfilled. I especially pray for the long life of Lama Rinchen, Lama Tempa, Lama Gelton, and Lama KALU Yansi Rinpoche, who brought great benefit to our Dharma centers here in Hawaii. Dear Chiche, thank you very much. Mahalo. Nui Loa.